Hello everybody, it's Hoff on the ShadowsReign A1A YouTube channel, and today we are going to be talking about the M13B and 3 reasons why it's a lot stronger than people are telling you. And trust me, you're going to like the third reason. It's a bit obscure, but it's good. So before we get into that, I do need to let you know that winners subscribe to this channel and play objective. So make sure you do that because we're so close to 600 subscribers. That would be absolutely mental if we hit that before New Year. So thank you so much for that. Now, we're going to talk about the main reason, first and foremost. This thing, it's a grow. History is repeating itself. It's a grow. The grow first came out, I don't know when, was it season 3, season 4? Maybe it was even earlier, of the original Modern Warfare, and people were like, oh, it's rubbish, it's this, it's that, and it wasn't about, like, a month or two later, people were like, oh my god, this thing is meta, it's the best gun in the game, here's some 50 million reasons why, and the history is literally repeating itself right now. There's some streamers and some YouTubers out there who are telling you that this gun is trash, but it's not. Now, they have been seen at their credit that, oh yeah, it's a long-range gun, but, you know, it hasn't got the highest 2GK, and it hasn't got this stat, and it hasn't got that stat, and you can't do a backflip and somersault while dolphin diving in the air. Doesn't matter. People weren't using the grow for that reason. People were using the grow because you can just put in sustained damage at any range. Your time to kill doesn't matter when you're beaming people from miles away, including snipers, because you're going to be incurring loads of flinch on them, so they won't be able to hit you anyway if you shoot first. This is that gun. This is the grow. It doesn't need a sight. I mean, it doesn't have as clean of an iron sight as the original grow, but it still has a really good iron sight, and it can be built into a long-range laser in Warzone and in DMZ. Now, yes, it will have a longer time to kill, but it's just an absolute animal. Now, everyone's going to be saying, well, you know, the RPK's got a... Does that pop there? The RPK's got a very, very strong time to kill. It's more accurate and it's got all these stats. That'll get nerfed. Just watch. That's how the grow became popular. Not because it got buffed into oblivion, but because everything around it that was better than it got nerfed. And bit by bit, as the nerf hammer kept on coming round and round and round and round, it made the gun, by power of default, more powerful. When guns get nerfed, other guns around it become artificially, indirectly buffed, and that's what will happen to the M13B. Straight up. Right now, yeah, there are other things you want to use at range, but I will bet whatever you like. I'll even bet you this phone I don't like, that it will hit the it'll become powerful. Just straight up, it will be powerful based on other guns around it being nerfed. Now, the only thing that you would want to fix if you're going to go for an iron sight build is the fact that you're going to need to fix the gases that come out of the barrel. Now, this can be fixed with some form of compensator. Certain suppressors will do this as well. So basically, when you're firing, you're using the iron sight, your vision's not going to be obscured by the fire and the smoke coming out the tip of the barrel, which is a big problem for a pre-level 6, level 7 EBR. So just bear that in mind. Now, don't be a sheep with this build, because you're going to get loads of YouTubers eventually when it becomes popular saying, oh, you got to build it like this and it's the only way it's going to be popular, and if you're not doing this then you're not a meta slave, and if you're not a meta slave you can't win games. Don't worry about that. Build it how you want. The best thing about having 70 different attachments is that you can experiment with them. And I'm not going to give you a recommended build, because just have fun and build the gun the way you want it. Just know that you want to build it for recoil control, recoil smoothness. I'm just joking, you don't need recoil smoothness. And just build it how you want. Just turn it into an ultimate laser. It's going to be recoil control and stability that you want. You know that's how you want to build it, so just build it that way. You've got the firing range as well to test out certain attachments, so just have fun and playing with it. Next thing is that it is incredibly consistent. Reason number 2, it's so consistent, like really consistent. 7 billion trillion Donald Trump numbers levels of consistency. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, just in multiplayer alone, I know that it's going to be a 5-shot kill. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing, doesn't matter if I'm all the way like miles away, doesn't matter if I'm in their face. 5 shots is the magic number. However, there is exceptions, but for the better. If you land headshots, you will consistently be rewarded for that as well, making the gun a 4-shot kill. This is just a normal core, it's not tier 1, because I think it's a 2-shot kill in tier 1 hardcore. But yeah, it's just so consistent, and you'll consistently be rewarded for headshots, and you'll consistently get 5-shot kills if you don't. I really enjoy that level of consistency. There's no odd, bizarre recoil pattern as well. You know what you're getting every time, and it's just gonna be an absolute treat. I'm conscious that this cable's like making things bounce around like with the green screen effect. That's really annoying me. Anyways, what I really like about this is that it's got a really, really okay time to kill. Not fast. maybe it's okay on the slower side, but you know what you're getting from it, and that is key. Now, what do you do up close? Because you're not beating anything up close. Multiplayer, Warzone, DMZ. You're not beating anything up close with this weapon. What do you do? I'll pull out a pistol, personally, a multiplayer, which can 2-tap. And in Warzone, you can pick up an SMG. You can use one equipped to your class if you manage to get a loadout. There's ways and means around compensating for that low, like that short range, like deficiency in your time to kill. And that is going to be it. Honestly, like once you've covered that shortfall, you're fine, absolutely fine. And the same way you can cover ABR's deficiency short range as well by doing the exact same thing. That green screen effect on this little side here is really annoying. Anyways, just bear that in mind. You're going to need something short range to compensate. Long range, you're going to be competing because you're not going to be missing shots. You're not going to be losing shots to your recoil, which is going to make it, again, feel more consistent. And the third reason that we're going to get right into this is purely because of grenade launchers. Yeah, I said it. Like, honestly, pop a grenade launcher on this and you're going to have an absolute blast. It's got the recoil control. You don't need a 5th recoil attachment on this weapon. Some guns need it. This doesn't. This really doesn't, which means you can afford to put a grenade launcher on there. Now, if you really enjoy playing multiplayer, this is going to be your boy. Having a grenade launcher on multiplayer, OP, cars all over the map. Blow them up. Warzone DMZ has their uses as well. You can clear loads of AI. If you've got an enemy that you've cracked, hiding behind a wall, pop that thing, get people killed. It's going to be an absolute treat when you get around to, you know, just living like a really long life in Warzone, because you don't actually appreciate how often people hide behind cars, hide behind explosives, or just nip behind a little bit of cover when they've got health. Especially if you know that they're camping you with, say, a shotgun or an SMG. You don't want to push that, and you know that they're low health, and they know that you're going to push them. How about this? You use your grenade launcher instead. Absolutely punishes them, and I really feel as if it's an excellent compensation for this class, more so than other ones. Because on other guns, you're going to be able, up like medium range, you're going to be able just to kill them. It's worth shooting them. Whereas with this gun, like, yeah, sometimes you might land 3 or 4 shots in the behind cover. Fine, quick grenade launcher, bang. Easy. It's simple as that, guys. And that's 3 reasons why you should be using the grenade launcher attachment. The 3 reasons why you should be using the M13B. Don't say I didn't warn you, because in future, this is going to be a really, really powerful weapon. But you are annihilating that person. Just something to bear in mind when you're pushing as well. If you know that that person's just killed a teammate to your left or in a doorway to the left, go. Push it. Go in there. Sprint. Dive. Bounce off walls. Be like Flubber. Be Spider-Man. Do whatever you got to do. Get yourself in there.